Welcome to Supraliminal Films, Filmfaker's commentary. My name is Max.
My name is Jayrod.
So, full disclosure, I don't tell Jared what I'm going to do when I start these episodes. So.
I almost left.
I try to surprise him.
I was ready to just get out of my chair and walk out.
So, it's October, and that means I get to run wild with all this cool horror stuff.
Does it?
Yep, it does. I get to do whatever I want, including bad vampire voices.
God damn it. I'm yelling away from the microphone. That's all I can do.
So they've let me loose, and my first foray into Filmfaker's commentary for the month is one of my favorite vampire movies of all time. It is the Joel Schumacher classic, The Lost Boys, and we are going to do the scene from the end where they, the Frog Brothers, in concert with Sam and Michael, dispatch some of the vampire menace, because as we know, you must destroy all vampires. So, Jared, you want to go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage?
Here comes some beans.
All right. So, as I said, Joel Schumacher directed this from such prestigious films as Falling Down and not such prestigious films as Batman and Robin. So, he's got that going for him, but this is one of his best efforts, in my opinion. And this whole scene is very kinetic. It's very energetic. There's a lot of cuts. There's a lot of camera movement. It's obviously very handheld style camera work. It is extremely chaotic, but not the Paul Greengrass Bourne Ultimatum kind of thing where it's just like crazy shaky cam. It's handheld, but it's not erratic. It's so good. The vampire effects in this film were done by Greg Canham and his team, and they did a stupendous job with the special effects in this film. Yes, remember when we could watch kids' movies and they had like very, very like R-rated gore effects in them? I don't think they do that much anymore.
No.
I think this is a kids' movie, right? This is like a PG-13.
PG-13, yes, but when you say kids' movie, I think Disney, and I'm pretty sure that this is not.
It's pretty brutal. I watched this when I was pretty young, but granted, I was allowed to just kind of watch whatever.
Yeah, you watched a lot of Tales from the Crypt when you were young, and, well, that was on HBO.
Yeah, a lot of boobies in that show. But yeah, like these makeup effects are crazy. And also, you get multiple Coreys in this movie if you're a fan of the Coreys.
You should be. So,
I mean, you know.
At least
the Coreys at this age. Yeah, at this age, they were fine. But you get all this, for whatever reason, if you dispatch a vampire in the bathtub, all your plumbing is wrecked. So keep that in mind for any vampire attacks.
Yeah, so make sure you have a claw tub, so that way it's... I don't know what that joke was supposed to be.
Okay.
I was trying to think of like a separated tub. But
it's an interesting choice to go with dark red. Like, it's dark out, therefore it's red. It's an interesting, but a very Joel Schumacher-y choice. Very colorful. The man's a big fan of color.
He is a huge fan of colored lights. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, Batman and Robin is his love of colored lights on full display.
Yeah, is it blue and red? That's all it is.
And Poison Ivy's green and pink. It's nuts. And you can see, like, look at the color contrast. Their green squirt gun for all the red because he knew it was going to be red. It's, I mean, there's a lot of clever color choices in here. Like, while he is erratic with his color, Corey Haim is wearing a blue shirt and undershirt's white. Whereas the vampire characters are all generally wearing darker colors.
Yeah.
So the good guys, the Frog Brothers are in camouflage, so they're in like a heavy green tone. Where the vampires are all in reds and blacks for the most part. Even Michael is in black through the movie. And you get this crazy effect now with the vampire shot through the heart and electrified with the stereo.
Broadcasting songs.
Which is, I mean, electrifying, like, electrocuting anything always is pretty sketchy to do on film. There's no good way to capture it. But to the point where it explodes and the body parts are, like, sparking is pretty decent.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's a good effect for what it is.
Absolutely. You get the great death by stereo line. Maybe it's not great. It's a line in the movie. I love the production design of Grandpa's house. It's just full of dead animals and like really rustic in the middle of the woods, despite the fact they're in California. Look,
Yeah.
it's so good.
Well, I mean, it could have been Northern California. I don't know where this place is actually located in the movie.
uh, that was the first we saw in this Filmfakers of the great Kiefer Sutherland in his role as David in this, and he looks horrifying with his vampire makeup. I think of all the actors who got the vampire treatment, I think he looks the craziest.
Yeah.
He definitely looks like really out there. It's really impressive job.
He's got like the Darth Maul eyes.
This little kid just kind of looks like a monkey to me. Like, you know, when the kid turns into a monkey in Jumanji.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, they
I don't
also
remember
they
watching
also have a good line in the actual movie of just saying it's the attack of the Eddie Munsters.
Yes.
'Cause-
And yeah, they're not too far off.
I think that's really solid.
Yeah. I mean, it helps kind of, you know, one of the ways if there's something kind of questionable, you just have a character say it in the dialogue, and then you're just like, oh, that's true. And you just pass it like, oh, yep.
Yeah.
It's so good. The makeup effects are so good. The kids did a great job in this movie with all the acting. Like, it really is a hit on every level. Camera works great. It's so erratic with Kiefer flying. Like, it's a nice job. You know what Kiefer's doing. You know he's flying through the air super quick, so that, like, kind of springing and flying so that Michael can't see him. So I think it's a good effect. It's a good way to get through that without having to show someone flying.
Yeah, a lot of camera movement can definitely reflect somebody flying attacking like that.
Yeah. Look at that face. Horrifying. Yeah, look at Kiefer looks nuts. And now he's full vamp. Now we get the mid-air fight scene. Yeah, of all the brow pieces, Kiefer got the most like triangular looking brow piece. So I think that really gives him a much more sinister look. The mullet is really bad, but the makeup is really good.
Yeah, I think the mullet was intentionally bad, maybe.
I mean, that was a choice that a lot of people, you know, chose to do. Party in the back, you know.
Yeah, just because it's business in the front doesn't mean you should go to work like that.
No, it's real bad.
You can't go to work with just half your head.
It's so fantastic. They're like jockeying for position to stab one another into some antlers. I feel like if we ever fought vampires at Paul's house, this is kind of what would happen.
Yeah, I can see that.
All right. And now he's hit, so therefore it gets much brighter. I don't understand that science, but you know.
Well, there's also some weird song that, like, "Thou shalt not kill."
Oh, the old G. Tom Max song, yeah.
Going on.
Cry Little Sister. It's a song.
I believe you.
And he's de-vampiring. He's just a man's now. Just a lost boy.
I get it. I thought it was a Peter Pan reference.
Coming off a Full Metal Jacket, there's not a whole lot of it's not really on the nose coming out of Lost Boys, but great effects, great energy throughout this film.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a real blast to watch. If you've never seen it, it is a great Halloween treat. We haven't ruined all the good stuff for you. There's a lot of good effects. There's a cool twist ending that we won't spoil here for you. So, you know, if you want to check it out, I mean, 'tis the season. So if you want to check more of what we got going on out, we're going to let the horror hounds loose, aka me, through
Yeah.
October. We're going to have a good time. Jared's going to suffer immensely.
All of it.
So if you want to enjoy Jared's suffering, make sure you check us out. Superliminalfilms.com, YouTube, Superliminal Films, and twitch.tv/superliminalfilms, where I'll try to make playing games as scary as possible. So until next time,
Damn it.
bye.